What it do to everybody on here? So, sorry if I'm a little late. Just got some things that I gotta take care of. That I've been taking care of. Number one album in the country in 198 states. So shout out to my fans. My full album is on my website, of course. My fans definitely will be posting songs from my album on SoundCloud like every other day, not every single day, every other day. You feel me? So now, I want to also say my love life and career is in a parallel universe. Um, I just found out my wife tnerra is pregnant again. Touche, you know what I'm saying? But I'm actually kind of happy about that. Now, we're going to get into this episode the only way that I know how. We're going to keep thugging and clutching. No, I'm fucking with y'all. But now let's get into this episode. So, I was having a meeting with these people, these cartoon people. They make video games. So I was having a meeting with them. And they was very happy to have a meeting with me because, it's me. I'm David Sims. So they like, David, we're so happy and thrilled that you want to work with us. Now, what type of project or video game do you want to do with us? Because we are the ones that did the video game, the Last of Us. We worked on a lot of other video games. So what type of video game are you trying to create or are you trying to do? And I'm pretty sure, like, David, whatever you're doing, you don't have to pay a damn dime. We will gladly do this. I'm like, I'm trying to make a love story game, for me and my wife, tnerra. So they're like, okay, you're trying to make a love story game for you and your wife, tnerra. I'm like, yes. And usually when I create games or do games, I want people to make their own avatar. But with this type of game in particular, they can only be me and the girls can be my wife, tnerra. So they're like, okay. So it's a two-player game. I'm like, yeah, but you also can play as a one player, so you can even play as my wife, tnerra, or play as me, telling our love story. They cannot make this love story up. This is a real love story. So they're going to have to either go through it or, fail the mission and start all over again. So they're like, okay, this is actually a challenging game for us because we never created something like this. We was just saying to ourselves we needed a damn challenge, and you just walked the hell in here and just gave us a damn challenge. This is exactly what we've been looking for, David. We needed a challenge like this, and here it is. It's right in front of our damn face. I can guarantee you that this is what we've been looking for. Am I right? Weren't we just saying that? So I'm like, so that means that you want to work with us. Now listen, I want to be able to, I want to do this with my wife, tnerra. Our anniversary is coming up pretty soon. Actually, it's tonight. So they're like, okay, it's tonight. So what do you got in mind, David? I'm like, well, I don't want to do the same thing that we always do for an anniversary. I take her out, take her home, have sex with her. She just had the babies and she's not feeling herself because, she's pregnant again. So obviously she's, a little emotional, but she's also happy at the same time. So they're like, okay. I'm like, and she's in a, new Bible. She's Mother Nature. So they're like, well, wait, what the hell you just said? Did you just say that your wife is Mother Nature? I'm like, yeah. They was like, you do know that would have to mean that she could control the time, the weather, the day, all of that shit. And she can actually get in people's minds and stuff. It can control people thinking. Is that what you're saying? Because we know that you're actually not normal. That's the only thing we know about you, David. We don't know actually what the hell you are. Like, you never tell any damn body. Like, your fans know that you're not a regular person, but they don't actually know who the hell you are. Like, you don't tell us that. I'm like, you ain't ready to know who the hell I am. You ain't ready. If I was to tell you right now what the hell I am, what would your damn reaction be? I mean, would you go and jump off a damn bridge knowing that you're talking to somebody that you never thought you'd be talking to in a million years? So they're like, well, I mean, why don't you give us a shot and tell us who you are? So I'm like, you want to know who I am? So they're like, yeah, what are you? I mean, because we know that you're not normal, which means you're not like a regular human male. So what are you exactly? So I'm like, you want to know what I am? They're like, yeah, we want to know who you are. So I'm like, I'm God. So they're like, yo, what? I'm like, I'm God. They're like, you just said you was God. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what the hell I said. So they're like, but that's impossible. No one knows what God looked like. I'm like, well, you looking at him right now. So they're like, wait, hold on. Wait, are you in a, like, wait, this, what do you mean you God? I'm like, I'm God's replacement. I'm the new God for the new generation. So yes, I am technically God, but I'm baby God. I'm like, you don't believe me? Well, let me show you something real quick. I'm not going to do too much for you now. I'm not going to show off. I'm not going to show off like I usually do. So I showed them some of my powers, and some of them shit their pants, and they just couldn't believe what they were looking at. So some of them was kind of scared. I'm like, well, what y'all scared for? I thought we was in business. They're like, we are, but goddamn, you trying to tell me that we're going to do a video game for God? I'm like, yeah. They're like, and Mother Nature. I'm like, yeah, man, don't get creepy about this shit now. So they're like, oh my God. Okay. I'm like, look, you can't tell me damn about it right now. Look, my fans do not know this because I don't think they're ready to know this shit right now. So don't go running your damn mouth. So they're like, yeah, of course. I'm like, listen, I'm going to bring my wife by here to the damn to this building so we can start working on the video game. So they're like, David, any goddamn thing for you. Anything. Any goddamn thing. And I told you, David, it don't matter how much money it is. It don't matter. Because we got you, David. You don't got to pay a damn thing. It's on the house. So it's like, whoa, wait a minute. It's on the house. You know how much money a game like this is going to cost? So like, it's on the damn house. This man is God. You going to make God pay? So they're like, yeah, you got a point there. You know what? It is on the house. It's on the house, David. You know what? Don't worry about it. We got it. Just make sure that you bring your wife. But the thing is, don't you want other people in the game? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, like the famous girls that you date and stuff. Don't you want them in the game to tell the story more? Because it would be kind of boring just with you and your wife tnerra in it. I mean, of course, we'll tell your background story of you being famous and an actor and all that stuff like that. We can tell your background story, but we really don't know your wife's background story. I'm like, and you'll know all that. But well, okay, well, how would I get my girls in it? The girls that I date, how would I get them in it? It was like, that's a good damn thing. You would get your girls in it. You don't really gotta bring them down here. All you gotta do is put this this little chip on them. All you gotta do is put this chip on them, and we can track their movements. We can get what they're doing throughout their day, and I'm like, no, I got my own damn chip that I'm gonna put on them. I don't know what type of chip that is. So they're like, oh, you gonna put your own device on them? Yeah, I'll put my own shit on them. Okay, I'll take care of that, and I'll bring you the stuff of them, doing what they do. Okay. I will do that. Okay. They was like, that's no problem. Okay. You're going to take care of that. Okay. So that will take care of them actually being inside this video game. Now, what system do you want this video game to be for? PS5? What system? I'm like, what do you mean what system? They're like, yeah, what system do you want this game to be on? So I'm like, oh, there's like Xbox, like what system do you actually want this to be on? So I'm like, oh, you mean like, okay, I kind of get what you're saying. I mean, I never did a game like this for a system. I thought I would do it for like a, Play Store game app. They was like, no, this is going to be too big for a game store. And they was like, this is going to be too big for an actual Play Store game app. This is going to be too big. It's not going to fit on a phone or a damn tablet. What we're going to do with this game and the type of things and the graphics that we're going to do with this game is going to be out of this damn world. It cannot fit on a damn phone. It's too big. It's going to be it's going to take up all the damn data on their phone and even on their damn tablet, even if they got a damn laptop. It's just going to take up a lot of damn data. So I'm like, okay. They was like, it's best if it's like on a PS5 or an Xbox or, or all these other systems, even if it's on a damn Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? If it's on the Nintendo Switch, if it's on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I get what you said. It's like, yeah, because this game is going to be too huge. So I'm like, okay. I guess I'm with you, so far. They was like, yeah, David, I'm telling you, this is going to be the one. This is the challenge that we've been looking for. And I can't believe you walked in here and said all that stuff. Now, look, David, we didn't know you was actually God. And I know you probably know a lot of things we did in our past. And look, David, I just want to say, look, I'm sorry, man. I'm like, look, man, you don't got to fucking apologize because I'm not here for all that. I'm here for what I came here for. You don't got to tell me about your damn past. I already know all that. If I fucking gave a damn, do you think I would have came in here and told you what I told you? I just would have got straight to the damn point and said, look, I know what the hell you did with your past. It's time for your punishment. You don't get your punishment for a lot of damn time. Don't worry about it. That time will come. And when it do, I will dole out my damn punishments. Other than that, just worry about making this fucking video game of me and my wife love story. So they're like, no problem, will do. So I'm like, now I gotta go. I'm like, oh, another damn thing. When are y'all gonna make a Stranger Things video game? Cause I'm actually gonna be in season 5. They was like, you gonna be in season 5 of Stranger Things? I'm like, yeah. They was like, we can make a video game of that. I'm like, you can? They was like, yeah, you in it? So I'm like, okay. They was like, but season 5 gotta come out first. Season 5 gotta come out first in order for us to make the video game. So I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. They was like, or we can make the video game and put you in it as a bonus character. So I'm like, okay, you could do that. They was like, we could just make the damn video game, and just because it's a lot of seasons already out, so we can just make the video game and just put your ass in it. I'm like, okay, yeah, you could actually do that. They was like, because it's a video game. It's not like it has to be accurate to the damn story. I'm like, yeah, sure. There's like, so we can just kind of tweak it a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you could actually do that. They was like, yeah, so we could just make the damn video game and just throw your ass in it. So I'm like, yeah, you could do that. And how many times you gonna say that to me? So they're like, so you want us to make the video game? I'm like, what, of Stranger Things? They was like, yeah, but you do realize that we had to have the cast down here to do that. I'm like, yeah, I know that. So they're like, all right, so we can make 2 video games for you. We can make that video game with you and your wife, y'all love story, and also that Stranger Things. But we gotta have the cast of Stranger Things down here, and they gotta be on the same board. They gotta be on the same. You get what I'm saying, David? I'm like, yeah, I get what the hell you're saying. It was like, yeah, that's gonna be a double dose. Woo! I'm like, okay, look, I gotta go, but I'll see y'all later on tonight. They're like, that is no problem. We will see you tonight, David. So I remember, I go to my wife, tnerra, bring her some food. She was asleep. She's pretty much knocked the hell out. So I remember I'm in the car and Nancy, she calls me. I'm like, who is this? She's like, Nancy. I'm like, Nancy, my Nancy, is this my Nancy? She's like, yes, David, it's your Nancy. I'm like, what you doing, baby? She's like, I don't know, missing my boyfriend. I'm like, okay, you couldn't sleep. She's like, you know what? No, you actually trained me to be very nasty now because I'm always thinking about sex. Thank you so much. So I'm like, oh, it's my fault. She's like, no, but I do miss you. I'm like, yeah, well, what you doing right now? So she's like, actually talking to you because I miss my boyfriend. I'm like, have you been having any problems with your ex-boyfriend? She was like, he's still in jail. I'm like, he is? She's like, yeah, they still going over the paperwork, I'm pressing charges. I'm like, that's still your boyfriend. I mean, your ex-boyfriend. She's like, yeah, but David, he ain't gonna stop, until he probably physically hurt me or something, and I just don't want it to get to that far. You know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't see this type of stuff happen, and then I didn't always watch girls that never take actions to like press charges against the person or do something that's actually fucking smart. They sit there and let this person fuck up their life, you know what I'm saying? And then they end up dead or they end up missing, and you know what I'm saying? They just never take the proper precautions, like being smart about shit. So I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. What if it was a Stranger Things video game? She was like, a what? I'm like, what if it was a Stranger Things video game? She's like, oh, like an actual video game? I'm like, yeah. She was like, oh, that would kind of be kind of cool. But what would it be for though? Like what? Like PS5 with Xbox? What? Nintendo Switch? I'm like, also laptops and shit. So she was like, okay. I mean, I think that would be kind of cool. I think we deserve our own damn game. I'm like, yeah, and they would put me in it as a like bonus character. She was like, could they make you my boyfriend? I'm like, could they make me your boyfriend? She's like, yeah, in the game. I'm like, oh, make you like we're dating. She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm dating Millie Bobby Brown in the story. She's like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure that they don't. Season 5 is not out, so they're not going to be able to do season 5. So they're probably gonna have to do like season 1, 2, or 3, or even 4. I'm like, okay, yeah, true. She's like, so could they make it as me and you as a couple? Could they do something like that? I'm like, I mean, they could. She's like, okay, that's the only way that I would do it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. She's like, so did you talk to the rest of the cast about it? I'm like, yeah, your damn ex-boyfriend not gonna be in it. She's like, well, who cares if he's not gonna be in? Nobody really likes him any damn way in the show. So it's like he's okay in the show, but who gives a damn? Nobody's gonna miss him. So I'm like, okay. She's like, so you'll tell them to make me your girlfriend in the game. I'm like, yeah, I definitely will. So they're like, okay, well then I'll fucking do it. So I get out the car, I got the food and stuff, and tnerra, she's feeding the babies in the bed and stuff. I'm like, look at my wife. It's our anniversary today, baby. She's like, it is. I'm like, wait, you forgot it was our anniversary. She's like, no, David, I didn't forget, baby. But what can we really do? I mean, the babies are still newborn. We can't really go out on an actual date. I'm like, okay, that is true, but I want to take you somewhere. It's like, okay. I'm like, and it got to be at night. She's like, at night? I'm like, yes, hey, baby, I don't like taking the babies out at night. I'm like, I know, but this is a special occasion. She's like, what fucking special occasion could it be, honey? I'm like, tnerra, I can't tell you because it's a surprise. She's like, okay, all right, I'll only do it this one time because it is our anniversary. You so lucky. I'm like, yeah, now bring that ass to me. She's like, I was feeding the babies. I'm like, did you feed them? She's like, I was feeding the last one. I'm like, well, you gotta hurry up. It's like, David, your damn daughter has to eat. You gonna rush your daughter to eat? I'm like, no, but she's like, fine. Okay, you know what? I just put it down. So she's like, did you bring that food for me? I'm like, yeah, I definitely did. It's like, good, because I am hungry. Because after we have sex, I work up an appetite. So I'm like, yeah, that's good. I like that. So me and tnerra, we made love and cut up and did what we had to do. And so I asked her as we like landing in bed, I'm like, tnerra, what do you think about video games? She's like, video games? I'm like, yeah, like, video games. She's like, um, I mean, video games, I guess, is great. Like, I never, I'm not saying that I wouldn't play a video game. I mean, I would, but I'm not really a damn pro at a video game. I'm like, you're not. It's like, no, like, I'm not a gamer. There is people out there that get paid to play actual fucking games and stuff like that. So I'm not going to shit on their fucking parade and say games are stupid. But like I don't play games because I don't know how to play a game. Like I don't know how to go through a mission and all that shit. I'm not good with that shit. I'm like, oh, okay. So like, yeah, I'm not equipped for that shit. I know I will die the first fucking round. I'm like, you just know you'll die. It's like, I know I would die. I know I would literally fucking die the first round. Like, I know I would. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, but anyway, why you ask me about that? So I'm like, I mean, it would ruin the surprise. She was like, what surprise? I'm like, you just making me kind of nervous because you saying she's like I never said I didn't like video games. I never said that. It almost makes me kind of jealous that I don't know how to play a video game. I would love to know how to do that stuff, but I'm not a gamer, and I don't think I'm ever gonna be. She's like, I'm not a gamer, and I don't think I'm ever gonna fucking be a gamer. But I mean, like, I know people that get paid to play video games and stuff. Like that shit is actually real. I'm like, yeah, I know that. She's like, but yeah. I mean, I'm not shitting on gamers. Like, I'm not saying that it's stupid and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying that it's dumb because they have good video games out there, that's not all violent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that all video games are stupid or dumb. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to play them bitches. I'm like, what about if it was on the Nintendo Switch? She was like, if it was on the Nintendo Switch, I'd play that shit. I'm like, you would? She's like, yeah, I would actually, because I think it's more easier to learn how to play a game on a Nintendo Switch than actually playing it like on a PS5 or some shit like that or Xbox. Because, or even on your fucking laptop, because I think it would be more harder to play that fucking way. But on a Nintendo Switch, there's only a few fucking ways to learn how to play, because there's only a few damn buttons on there. So I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, yeah, I would definitely play on a fucking Nintendo Switch. And plus, I'll make it girly, customize my shit, make it all girly and shit. And I play that shit, if I'm like, if I'm bored or, I'm watching the babies and shit. Or, you know what I'm saying? I can just sit back and play my Nintendo Switch and shit. It depends on what game it is. So I'm like, So like, David, why are you so fascinated with fucking games? Why are you asking me that shit? So I'm like, just know that tonight is gonna be a night that you're gonna remember. She's like, why the fuck are you saying that? I'm like, tnerra, just know that tonight is gonna be a very special night. She's like, David, I'm not understanding. I'm like, you're not supposed to understand right now. She's like, okay, you're really creeping me out, baby. I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to creep you out. She's like, honey, don't do that. Fine, whatever. So she ended up eating her food. She doesn't have a clue of what I got planned for our anniversary. She doesn't really have a clue. All I did was ask her about, do she like video games? Because I was very curious to know. So now that I know that she actually would play a video game, I think a lot of people would if they knew how to fucking play. And I'm not a damn pro at video games either. Like, I don't like violent video games. You know what I'm saying? Like, video games, you got to shoot people and stuff. Like, I mean, I'll play it, but I'm not a fucking pro at it. You know what I'm saying? That shit doesn't turn me on, like violence and all that shit like that. But anyway, we can digress. So I'm like, tnerra, she's like, yeah, baby. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna be going on the set really soon and start filming. She's like, I know. I'm like, well, I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about on Monday. She's like, I know, baby. I'm like, are you coming? She's like, of course I'm coming. So I'm like, okay, well, that's all I need to know, tnerra. So she's like, oh, David, wait, hold on, baby. I'm like, what? She's like, I needed to tell you something. I'm like, okay, well, what did you need to tell me? She's like, this pregnancy feels a little different from the other pregnancy. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know. It feels like I can feel like how many babies are in me. Like I can feel the number of how many babies are in me. I'm like, is that a bad thing or a good thing? She's like, I guess it's not a bad thing, but at first, I mean, when I first was pregnant with the four babies, I didn't know it was actually fucking four until the nurse, your personal nurse, till she said it was fucking four. And now it's like I can actually feel the number of babies that are in me. I'm like, so how many is in you? So she's like, I think it's like, I think it's two. I mean, it feels like three. I'm like, it feels like three, so that means it's triplets. She's like, yeah, it feels like three. I'm like, you can feel it? She's like, I mean, well, I can like sense the number, not actually feel it. I can sense like how much babies or sperm is in me. And it's your damn sperm. You know, you did the DNA test with the nurses. Like, I don't even know why you would do that because you're the only one that's fucking me. So I don't even know why you would do that. But, you know, I guess you always want to play safe. So, David, when we start training for my powers, you gotta take it easy on me, David, and don't get frustrated with me because I never used my powers before, and I don't even know how to do it. Like how to. I'm like, well, first thing first, we're gonna teach you how to manage your powers because once you realize that you have powers, you might start using them and don't even know that you're using them. So you got to learn to manage your powers first. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll start using them and you don't even know you're using them. Like you can get angry and then your powers will take over. Because you're having powers, it will take over your body once you know you have them. You know what I'm saying? And it means that if you get mad at somebody, your powers will take over your damn body, and it will hurt that person that you're mad at. You know what I'm saying? So learning to manage your powers is the first thing we have to do. I'm not gonna just start teaching you how to fucking use them. You got to learn to manage them first. So she's like, okay, so that's an important thing to learn. I'm like, yeah. She was like, I always wanted to know how did you manage your powers. She's like, you know, you can't manage your damn dick because it's too damn powerful with that sperm. I'm like, what do my dick got to do with this conversation? She's like, nothing. I'm just saying, I'm just playing with you, David. But so you manage your powers? You know how to manage your powers? I'm like, yeah, of course. I mean, I mastered it. You know, at first, when I first started off, I didn't know how to really control my powers. And, you know, my powers, I used to use my powers and I didn't even know I was using them. You know, when I would have sex with girls, I would hurt them and I didn't know I was hurting them. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn to manage my powers more because my powers would flow through my dick as well. So, you know, having sex with a girl that's regular, that's not a powerful girl or don't have any powers, I can really break their body down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's kind of like being a fucking vampire. So she's like, holy shit. So she's like, "Dang, your dick is powerful though, David. It's a powerful blow." So I'm like, it's like imagine taking a lot of them blows to your gut. I'm like, okay, you don't have to be that damn aggressive. It's like, I'm just saying, like it is very hurtful. I'm just saying. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, it feel good, but at the same time, it do be hurting. Like, you know, like, yeah, that should be going in. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, I mean, like deep in, like all the way in. I'm like, tnerra. I get it. You don't have to keep saying it that way. She was like, okay, I'm just letting you know it goes in. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So she's like, anyway, did you read online how successful your album is? I'm like, well, how successful is it? She's like, it's number one in 198 states. Number one in 198 states, David. Oh, and you got the number one show on HBO Max with over 5.9 billion streams of Creed Cousin. Oh my God. That is amazing. The number one show in the world. I'm like, yeah, the show just aired. The second episode just aired on there. She's like, and that's the highest fucking show. Like that episode, the second episode is even higher than the first episode, like of streams of people looking at it. I'm like, I get what you're saying, baby. She's like, David, you got too much damn power. Like you know that, right? You get that, right? I'm like, I mean, I realized that. So she's like, David, you're an asshole, but I love you. I'm like, I love you too. So we end up making love and, you know, cutting up, me and my wife, tnerra. And after that, I gave my babies a kiss. They still newborns. And tnerra was like, baby, before you leave out, I want to ask you a question because I'm kind of tired. Why don't you like holding your daughters? I'm like, baby, you know I don't like holding newborn babies. She's like, but they're your fucking daughters. I'm like, yeah, I know. I want them to get a little bit where they can still kind of like, when they start like moving their neck around. It's like, David, no, you're going to start holding your fucking babies. Because I'm pregnant again, David. And you gonna start hard. These are your fucking daughters, so you're gonna stop giving me that fucking excuse that you don't like holding newborns. No, these are your daughters. Fuck that. You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to conquer your damn fear. So I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, you just gonna have to conquer that shit. I get it. I mean, it is a scary thing to hold a baby that's, freshly out the womb. I get it. But these are your fucking daughters. I'm like, okay. She's like, so you gonna have to suck that shit up and face your damn fear. So I'm like, okay. You acting like it's a fucking monster. It's like, you would have thought it was the way you so fucking scared to hold them. You like, oh, get here, take them. I'm like, that's not how I sound. She's like, yes, the hell that is. That's how you be. Oh my God. Here, tnerra, take the baby. Oh my God. I'm like, that's not how I sound. She's like, that is how you sound. So I'm like, all right, fine. I will learn to hold my newborn daughter. She's like, you damn well will. You will definitely learn to know. She was like, you definitely will learn to hold your babies because they're your damn daughters. This is your fucking work, okay, through my uterus. And so I'm not the only one that's going to be dealing with our damn babies. So I'm like, okay, I will learn. So she's like, you sure enough will? I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So we made love again. We did what we had to do. And yeah, it was really good. So I get in the car, right? I go on my website, and the new episode for Creed Cousin had came out, the second episode. Some of my fans, they talking about it. I always make sure my wife tnerra is safe and stuff like that. Taking care of her business, she thugging. So my kids are safe. The personal nurses are in there with tnerra, but she's good though. You know what I'm saying? Plus I can watch her on camera if anything happens. Like I get an alert if she's in danger. So my fans, they're on my website and they're giving a review on like the second episode on HBO Max. So they're like, all right, y'all ready for this shit? So all right, so a few hours ago, we just watched the second episode of Creed Cousin, starring my baby David Sims. An amazing, I mean, another fucking banger. This shit was another banger. It's like a fucking another movie. This shit was so fucking good. Like, it was better than the first episode. It was even better than the first episode. Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. I mean, this shit is blowing my fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally blowing my fucking mind. It's too fucking good. And I feel like, and I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all, because y'all not like, these are old ass hits. These are old motherfuckers talking about you reaching and all of this shit like that. First of all, let's just be real. You can sit your hating ass down because I'm tired of these haters hating on my baby David, talking about I'm reaching. It is better than the fucking franchise of Creed. Even though it stems from Creed, the storylines are a lot better than the fucking actual movie Creed. I mean, I never said I hated she's like, I never said I hated the franchise of Creed. I never said I hated the fucking franchise. I said it's better. And it is fucking true. So you can sit there and say that I'm reaching or whatever, but the fucking the numbers don't lie. Numbers do, even though this shit wasn't in theaters, it would have cleared up in fucking theaters. But it's a series. And the first damn episode had what, 5.9 billion streams? Oh, the second episode, and it just got released. It's already in the fucking billions. So what I'm saying is, numbers don't lie. Okay? Numbers just don't fucking lie. So you think that many people gonna watch a show like that if they know it's gonna be a bad fucking show? Like, let's just be real. So you telling me that I'm fucking reaching, but numbers don't lie though. They just don't fucking lie. You see what I'm saying? And then they gonna talk about, oh, David don't make that much good music. Then why is this fucking album the number one album in 198 fucking states? 198 states. If he ain't that fucking great, then why is this shit number one in all them damn countries? I'm trying to figure out, because you trying to tell me that I'm reaching, but numbers just don't fucking lie. You see what I'm saying? Like, Miley Cyrus, she got a number one album in like, I'm gonna say maybe 80 states or something like that. But Molly knows why David is so successful. She knows that. It's not like she's not a fucking aware. Like, she knows why everybody is following David. He is hot as shit right now. So, and he gonna be hot as shit for a long ass time. So you old ass fucks. You old ass fucks. I got a message for you old, wrinkled fucks. Stop hating on my baby David. Okay, stop hating cause you do realize once all the David fans get a hold of y'all hating on David and saying we reaching and shit, we will dig y'all asses a new one. We will run y'all asses off social media. So I'm telling you right now, shut the fuck up while you ahead. I'm telling you that right now. Just shut your ass up while you ahead. Cause the fucking show is amazing. It is. It is better than Creed, and I don't give a fuck if you think I'm reaching. It's way better than Creed. It's better than the franchise of fucking Creed. And I don't care if it stems from fucking Creed, it's better than that fucking shit. Now say I'm fucking reaching. Old ass fucks. I'm tired of you old ass fucks up there hating on David cause y'all mad that y'all peaked that life and shit. Y'all mad that my baby doing his thing and got bitches all up. And that's the thing. That's what it is, y'all. They hating on David because the man's a teenager and he got that much power. He got bitches at his fingertips. The man got bitches for years. He got bitches on his dick. That's why they hating on him so much. That's why they saying that. Because niggas always say, you can always tell a hater that wants to be that person when they say hateful shit. You see what I'm saying? And it's like David ain't doing nothing to y'all. He not doing anything to y'all. So why y'all making these evil ass videos about David when David ain't even bothering y'all? He not bothering y'all. That's the thing I don't fucking get. And then you walking around telling somebody that we reaching. Sit your old ass fuck ass down. Ain't nobody fucking reaching. You reaching for fucking attention because your old ass ain't getting none. So you want to say dumb shit when you know goddamn well you like that fucking show. They know they like this show. Old people always be killing me with that shit. They know they like that fucking show. They know they be looking at my baby. Because if you didn't like it, why are you tuning in? Why are you watching it? I'm just trying to figure this shit out. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this shit out. Because it's like, you're not a fan of David, but you know everything he doing. So, you obviously telling me on the low secretly that you are a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you secretly saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't tell me that I'm not fucking right. You can't tell me. Anyway, so, I clicked on this other girl. This other girl was funny as shit. She was like playing around with her friends and shit. She's like, oh shit. God damn, you almost knocked my damn phone over. So they was like, you on your lap? She was like, you on your tablet though? You live on David's website on your tablet? She was like, yeah, but goddamn girl, my phone ain't waterproof. And if that shit would have fell in that water, you would have paid for that shit. So they was like, all right, so you know you live. She's like, oh shit, I am. See, girls fucking with y'all, damn. So they like, she was like, oh, hey, hold on. So she get on there, she's like, yeah, I had to get things straight. All right, I want to start off by saying this shit. I'm tired of everybody, all these old ass fucks, getting online saying that David and sold his soul and all this shit. Y'all definitely reaching for attention. Y'all reaching for that shit. David did not sell his damn soul. He have not taken it up the ass. I'm really tired of y'all saying that shit and it started to piss me the fuck off. Cause it's like, y'all really don't be knowing what the fuck y'all be talking about. And y'all really be thinking y'all know that's what really be pissing me off. That y'all really be thinking y'all know what the fuck y'all be talking about. And y'all genuinely don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. And that shit be really pissing me the hell off. You see what I'm saying? Cause it's like, David ain't sell his damn soul and I think they fucking know that. I think they know the type of man David is. And it's like, y'all hating on him so much cause he got all this damn power. And he getting a lot of trim because this man getting pussy. You see what I'm saying? He fucking a lot of badass celebrity girls. And it's like, they mad. So when people realize that this man is fucking girls that they want to fuck, they just start making up shit. They start making up shit on the man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't true. They know it ain't true, but they just making up shit because they hating on him. But they secretly his fan though, on the low. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the man's shows and shit because I'm like, If you don't like him, then how do you know everything about this man? You gotta be obsessed with him. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's weird how a motherfucker would say all this negative shit about David, but know everything about his career. You know how creepy and weird that shit sounds? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, David is not even paying, he don't even probably know that people are saying this shit about him. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't even got social media to even respond to the shit. So it's like, we gonna respond to the shit, his fans. And you already know, it just reached a lot of his fans. And we ain't too happy about it. We about to run y'all asses on social media. We about to run y'all old ass fucks off of social media, because y'all shouldn't even fucking be on social media. Y'all should be somebody grandparents with y'all old asses. The fuck is y'all doing? Y'all are not gonna be fucking with my baby. No, you not. Not today. Not in this lifetime. Anyway, let's get on to the episode. Episode 2, a Creed cousin. Yes, David looked so good in that second episode. Did he, girls? They was like, yeah, David did look cute as shit. I mean, he looked good. So she's like, I just asked you, did he look good in the second episode? We all know he looked good in the first one. The second episode, in them fucking outfits. Y'all seen them outfits? Them outfits, oh my God. Them outfits, like the way, oh my God, he looks so good in those outfits, y'all. And then his hairstyles and shit like that. The way they be styling that man hair. Oh my God, he just, David is so fucking amazing. Like he's just amazing. You know, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I can do without them sex scenes. Cause the second episode, he fucked that girl Scarlett. You know what I'm saying? He had sex with her. She was like tutoring him and stuff. And then he ended up fucking her in our house or whatever like that. He was turning her ass up. Do you know that fucking girl played on a Disney show? I gotta show y'all this fucking girl. I have to show y'all this girl. This is the girl. This is the girl that David fucked in the episode, the second episode, Creed cousin. This is her. This is her when she was like little, like she played on Buck as a kid. She's like, what, 19 years old now? Like, oh my God, he was digging up in that girl. Like, I could definitely do without them sex scenes. They are too damn fucking vicious. Them sex scenes are too damn graphic. Like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Like, I can do without. And then him fucking, you know, Virgin A. Carter and shit. I mean, like, oh shit. I can definitely do without them damn sex scenes. But overall, like, the damn show is too fucking good. You know what I'm saying? And plus, some sex scenes make you horny. So it's like, you know what I mean? I can do without them bitches, you know? But I love the fucking show. You know I loved it. I watched that second episode like a million fucking times. I mean, it's like a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like a fucking movie. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing. The old ass fuck's gonna say, we reaching, because we saying it's better than Creed. It is better than Creed. And it don't matter if we saying that shit, because the fucking damn series stems from Creed. So it's like, even though we saying it's better than Creed, which it fucking is, it's like, how the fuck we reaching when numbers don't lie? I'm just saying, how are we reaching? You know what I'm saying? So y'all saying all this dumb shit when y'all obviously know that it's the truth. Y'all know it's better than Creed. Y'all know that shit. And ain't nobody getting paid to say this shit. Ain't nobody getting paid or advertised to lie. Why would we lie about liking the show if we really didn't like it? If we didn't like it, we just would have said we don't like that shit. So you can go ahead and shut the fuck up. You old ass fuck. All these old ass people getting online saying all this weird shit about David. Y'all the creepy ones, because y'all the ones up there stalking my baby. Up there, how the fuck you got all that information on David when he not even worried about y'all? He don't give a shit about y'all old ass fucks. He got too much damn pussy on his damn mind. Fuck wrong with y'all little old fucks. So basically my fans are going face to face or head to head with these old people. So these old people, they mad that I got all this damn power and all these girls are attracted to me. My movies are doing good. My TV series are doing good. My album is #1 in 198 states. They mad I got all this damn power. So what do people do when they jealous, secretly jealous? It don't matter what age you are. What do people do when they're jealous? They start spreading lies about you and rumors and all this shit that ain't true. Oh, David takes it up the ass. He done sold his soul. I ain't sell my damn soul. Come on now, why you up here spreading them damn lies about me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like people keep doing this shit, but I ain't gonna respond to it. This is not me actually responding to it. I'm telling y'all a story. You know what I'm saying? As I'm telling you a story, I gotta get into what people doing, online. You know what I'm saying? I ain't responding to it. This is me telling you an actual episode. But anyway, after I got off my website, I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, should I go see Nancy? But I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna go see Nancy. I'm gonna go, cause I had to go take care of something anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go check up on. I was like, I'm gonna check up on Storm Reed, but I was like, no, I gotta go check up on Thugalicious. If y'all don't know who Thugalicious is Zendaya. Zendaya is Thugalicious. So I go see Zendaya. I'm like, what's going on, Thugalicious? A bootify, bush. I'm gonna smack the shit out you. Stop calling me some fucking Thugalicious, David. I'm like, what? That's your name. She's like, David, you ain't getting no damn pussy. I'm tired of you saying that shit to me. I'm not no fucking Thugalicious. And I seen that fucking episode with his dumb ass in there. So I'm like, she's like, David, I should smack the shit out you. So I'm like, she's like, I actually got money. I'm like, I didn't say you don't got money. She's like, David, stop playing with me. I'm not no fucking damn rapper. I'm like, you are, you Thugalicious. A bootify, boo. She's like, I'm gonna smack the shit out you. So she started coming over to me, hit me. She's like, stop calling me that. I'm like, look, see, you just hit me, you violent, you a thug, so you Thugalicious. Like, I'm gonna kill you. So she's like, you know what, I hate you. I'm like, you ain't gonna be saying that in a minute. She's like, why? Cause you're gonna be beating my back in? I'm like, yeah, it's like, you so mean. I'm like, I ain't mean. He's like, you're so mean. So we end up having sex or whatever, right? Which was amazing, by the way. And I just remember after me and Zendaya had sex, I'm like, I had to check up on my Thugalicious. She's like, David, please stop fucking playing with me. Stop calling me that shit. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop calling you that. It's like, why you keep fucking calling me Thugalicious? I'm like, so she started thinking about it and she started laughing or whatever. And I told her why I kept calling her Thugalicious. She's like, David, you're such an asshole. So she's like, you so mean. I'm like, that's my nickname. Why I can't call you Thugalicious? She was like, fine, call me Thugalicious, David, because you're going to keep calling me that shit anyway. So, so I ain't gonna lie, she was so bad though. But she just gave in. She like, fuck it, he gonna keep calling me that shit anyway. Might as well just let him go ahead and call me that shit. So yeah, I called her, I'm calling her Thugalicious, and I ended up pretty much having sex with her again. So Zendaya was like, did you hear about Storm Reed? I'm like, did I hear about Storm Reed? She's like, yeah, did you hear about Storm Reed? She said she about to pull out the movie. I'm like, pull out the movie for what? She's like, she pulling out the movie because of me. Talking about she don't feel safe on set. I'm like, what, Storm Reed said that? She's like, yeah, this bitch she gonna fucking tell the damn producers and the directors that she don't feel safe on set. I should smack the shit out that bitch. See, I'm already in enough fucking trouble with them, and she gonna make it even worse. Gonna tell them that she don't feel safe on set. So I'm like, she said that. She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, you is a thug, you Thugalicious. She's like, David, stop calling me that because you're not making it any better. So I'm like, all right, okay, I'll talk to Stone Reed. She's like, David, what, you gonna go fuck her? I'm like, I ain't gonna go do anything. She's like, how you gonna talk to her? With your dick? Like you always do? I'm like, she's like, is she pregnant yet? Because I'm surprised she ain't going around telling people she knocked up yet. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? It's like, you know what goddamn well what I'm talking about. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, yes, you do. So I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, okay? I ain't gonna fuck her. I'm gonna go talk to her. She's like, yeah, I know how you gonna go talk to her with your dick. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go talk to her, okay? I don't know what you talking about. She's like, you do know what I'm talking about. Stop acting like you don't fucking know. And why the fuck Bella Thorne got on Instagram Live looking fat as shit? She's like a damn pig. I'm like, she's having 6 babies. She's like, oh damn, you put that much sperm in her? You know that shit. Okay, her pussy must be that fucking good. So I'm like, you know what? Why are you worrying about how good Bella Thorne pussy is? So she's like, it don't matter. Cause this bitch get on Instagram live and gonna say something. This bitch gonna say, she didn't feel safe at the premiere of Shake It Up. She felt like she almost had to fight for her life because I was trying to hurt her, quote unquote. I wasn't trying to hurt that bitch. She was the one that was in my fucking business. I was talking to you, and her little white ass gonna come in the fucking bathroom. Oh, David, are you okay? Like she a damn superhero. So I'm like, okay, all right. So did you respond to it? She's like, no, I didn't respond to it. This is my response right now, me telling you what these bitches are doing. So I'm like, it's like, David, they making me look bad. They making me look bad. You need to see, if I get online and fucking really tell a story, then everybody gonna be like, oh, Zendaya responded to the shit. You know I don't like responding to shit like that. Now about my private life, you know that's like taking me out my character. You better talk to these bitches, because they keep on putting my name in their mouth. So I'm like, all right, okay. I didn't know that Bella Thorne was doing that. She was like, that bitch got on fucking, she was on your website. She went live on your website and she was on that bitch for a full fucking hour, like a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? Like just running her fucking mouth, and then she was making up shit too. So was fucking Storm Reed. This bitch was making up shit. Both of them bitches was. This bitch, they wasn't on the same live together, but they was just making up shit. Like Storm Reed was on her Instagram live talking about she don't feel safe on set. Talking about I might have to pull out. Talking about I might have to pull out of the movie Euphoria, cause Zendaya is like really violent on set. She's really violent and she keeps on threatening me. Bitch! I don't even be threatening none of your ass on set. I don't say nothing to that bitch. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to Storm Reed. I didn't even know Storm Reed was doing that. It's like, you need to be aware what the fuck happens on social media, David. Stop being a damn ghost on social media. You need to stop living under a fucking rock and realize that these bitches are the real fucking problem. It ain't me. So I'm like, all right, Thugalicious, I got you. So she's like, David, you call me that shit one more time. So I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna call you that, but you gonna whip my ass. She's like, David, all right, you know what? You're a fucking asshole. So we end up having sex or whatever like that. And it was good. So I'm like, all right, now I gotta go see what the fuck going on. So I called up Erica, from Stranger Things, the black girl. I called up Erica. I'm like, who's my Erica? She's like, I am. I'm like, oh, okay. You doing good in my apartment? She's like, I miss you, baby. I'm like, I miss you too. What you doing? She's like, I'm in my panties and I got one of your t-shirts on. And guess what? I'm like, what? She's like, I'm braless. I'm like, you braless? She's like, yeah. You know you like that combination. Maybe you can get to it a lot faster. I'm like, yeah. She's like, so you want me to send you some pictures? Little motivation. I'm like, yeah, send me some pictures, girl. She's like, I'm gonna send you a whole lot. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, all right, well, I hope that this don't mess up your day. I'm like, it ain't gonna mess up my damn day. So I just remember I hang up the phone with her, right? And like, I'm on my way to see Bella Thorne, and 5 minutes later, she sends me a whole bunch of photos of her half naked and shit like that. I'm just like, shit. Like she does have my t-shirt on and shit. I'm just like, oh god damn, okay, I see what you're working with. You know what I'm saying? Like these girls don't be playing fair now with their body. You know what I'm saying? They just. So I go to Bella Thorne. I'm like, Bella Thorne, what's going on with yours and theirs? She's like, what? I'm like, did you go live on my website? You was talking about Zendaya? She was like, yeah. I'm like, why was you talking about that girl? You flaying that girl back up. She's like, well, the stuff I said was true. I mean, I was like on the edge. I mean, she was kind of like coming at me. I'm like, so like, she was coming at me, David. Don't try to defend her. You know that she was being violent. She ain't technically hit me, but you know that she was. I'm like, yeah, but why make it worse and talk about the shit in front of billions of my fans. You know they gonna take this and eat this shit up. So she's like, David, I just had to get it off my chest. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't go about it the right way, but I just had to get it off my chest. I had to speak about it. So I'm like, okay. She's like, the only reason why I really spoke about it is because I'm so tired of people painting Zendaya as a fucking princess when she is not what everybody be painting her as. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of people all on her ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she is not so fucking classy. Like everybody be saying she is. She's a fucking nut. And everybody needs to know that shit. So I'm like, okay, yeah, but why try to expose that girl? You know, why try to mess her career up? She was like, because I'm the one that's supposed to be like as big as Zendaya. They promised me that I would be big like Zendaya. I'm like, okay, and maybe she's like, yeah, but we all know how Zendaya got famous, like real famous. We all know. It ain't because of her fucking talent either. So I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, all I'm just saying is that we all know how she got famous. Cause it's just a coincidence that she's just so big now. Like her name is all over the globe and all of that. It's just a coincidence. And you think it's because of her fucking talent. She's not even a great fucking actor. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, I mean, I'm just being real. She's not really that fucking great. I mean, I don't know why people be up her ass saying she's the best actor in the world. Because she's not. She's not all that great. And I'm not saying it from a hating point of view. She's just not all that great. So I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm like a really great ass actor. I'm like, yeah, you are, baby. You're amazing. She was like, like I'm really good. I'm like, you are, baby. She was like, I'm like, look, come here, come here, come here. You need to stop. Don't be giving these, don't give my fans more ammunition to talk about you and her. She's like, I started to get on there to talk about us, but it ended up with me talking about Zendaya. I'm like, look at you, all thick and stuff. She's like, you want to have sex? Or am I too ugly to have sex with? I'm like, you're not too ugly to have sex with. Bella Thorne, you pregnant? She's like, yeah, with your babies. I'm like, yeah, I know, baby. So we ended up having sex, right? But Bella Thorne, she is not ugly even though she's pregnant, but she feels like she's unattractive. And I get it. A lot of girls feel like they unattractive. So I remember I go to Storm Reed to talk to her because obviously I wanted to talk to her. So I come through the door and she's like, David, you look so sexy in that second episode. How many episodes is it on this season? And is it a lot of damn sex scenes? Cause I mean like goddamn, them sex scenes are very fucking graphic. So I'm like, you jealous? She's like, yes the fuck I am. I'm very fucking jealous. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know you was that jealous. She was like, David, yeah, I'm really fucking jealous. So I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I really didn't know that you was that mad. She's like, did you say you didn't know I was that mad? I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, she's like, I'm not mad about the fucking show because I like the show. The show was amazing. I'm actually on my feelings because of the sex scenes. Like, I can definitely do without the sex scenes. I'm like, oh, okay, you can do without the sex scenes. She's like, yeah, I can definitely do without them bitches. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, yeah, like 100% I could do without them bitches. So I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know that you can actually do without them. She was like, David, I'm like, my fans know me for the sex scenes though. That's what they know me for. She's like, I don't care what the fuck they know you for, David. I'm your girl. And I don't want to see you fucking other celebrity bitches. I mean, your dick was definitely deep in her shit. So I'm like, deep in her shit. I'm like, deep in who shit? It's like, and that little white girl that you was fucking on there, because I know she played on a Disney show. I'm like, how'd you know that? She's like, because I know she did. And then you was fucking Regina Carter, and they were real sex scenes. I'm like, okay. So like, you think I want to see that shit? I'm like, I know you don't, baby, but I got a question for you. She's like, what's the damn question? I'm like, are you gonna answer it? She's like, what's the question, David? So I'm like, all right, you gonna answer it? It's like, David, tell me what it is. So I'm like, are you gonna answer it or not? She's like, David, can you just fucking tell me? So I'm like, did you get on my website and go live and talk about did you tell the producers that you don't feel safe with Zendaya on set? She's like, yes, I fucking did. I'm like, why would you say that? She's like, because I don't feel safe with her on set. So I'm like, but she never bothers you on set. She's like, David, yeah, whatever. I'm like, she don't bother you. Like, she don't go to your trailer, do she? So like, so now you taking her side. I'm like, I'm not taking Zendaya's side. I'm just speaking facts. Do she bother you when you're on set? Did she come to your trailer? She's like, no. I'm like, so how are you going to say you don't feel safe on set with somebody if that person is not actually bothering you? You know, when you don't feel safe on set is when somebody is actually bothering you or they actually in your damn space. Then that'll be a little different. She's like, so you just gonna take her fucking side? I'm like, it ain't about me taking sides. She's like, you are. You're literally taking her side. I'm like, I'm not taking her side. I want you to see that if she is making you feel this way, it has to be her actually doing something to you to make you feel uncomfortable. So she like, all right, fine. You're right. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm like, look, baby, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but I don't want you to leave the movie. I like seeing your pretty face. Like, I would never not want to see you. You know I want to see you. I'm like, so you gonna stay on the movie? She's like, but we still doing that 3D show together. I'm like, yeah. She's like, are we always gonna see each other doing that? I'm like, yeah, true. She's like, I mean, okay, I won't leave. I'll stay. I'm like, you'll stay for me? She's like, yes, I will stay for you, David. So we ended up having sex or whatever, which was really good. Now, look, I mean, I know that a lot of girls feel on edge about Zendaya. You know, Zendaya, like I said, she's thugalicious. And she gonna say she's not thugalicious, but she is. But it is what it is. So I'm like, Story, you good with your boyfriend? She's like, ex-boyfriend. I'm like, what do you mean ex-boyfriend? You ain't break up with him yet. She's like, but I'm going to. I'm going to break up with him. I'm like, you ain't do it no time soon. She's like, what? Okay, are you clocking when I'm going to break up with my boyfriend? I'm going to do it, baby. I promise. I'm like, okay. She's like, I just need a little bit more time. Okay. I'm like, all right, baby. She's like, and then she looking at me, and then we started kissing or whatever. And then I ended up beating it up again. Now, if y'all don't know, I mean, Storm Reed is a beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? I never said that she's not a beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? So I just remember after I was done with Storm Reed, I did have to go see my Erica, right? But Nancy, she started sending me pictures too. And I'm just like, oh God, what is going on with these girls sending me these damn photos? You know what I'm saying? These girls sending me these half-naked photos of their bodies. They know what they're doing to me. So I'm like, I gotta go see Erica first. So I go see Erica. Erica, she opens the door and she's like, oh, I knew you was gonna come. Did those pictures make you want to come faster? I'm like, you know, you ain't being fair with all that body, girl. It's like, oh, I'm not being fair. So she's like, well, what do you want to do first? I mean, this is your apartment. I'm like, have you talked to your mother? She's like, no. No, I'm not talking to my mother because she was wrong. She was wrong in that whole situation. I'm like, so y'all, you just not gonna talk to your mom? It's like, I don't hate my mother, but I wasn't wrong, David. I wasn't. Like, I'm old enough to have sex, and I'm not gonna tiptoe around my mother about my sex life. She was like, I'm not gonna tiptoe around my mother about my sex life. I'm not gonna do that because I'm 19 years old. I'm almost fucking 20. So it's like, when do you expect me to receive dick? I just don't understand. Like, you was getting fucked around my age. So you acting like you never got fucked around my age. And I'm just not. I'm just not for that shit. She's being a hypocrite. So it's like, I wasn't wrong about that shit. And I mean, like, no, I'm not tiptoeing around that shit. I'm having sex and she's just going to have to deal with it. So we ended up having sex, you know, like cutting up, which was really good. Now, everybody talking about the second episode of Creed Cousin, and these sex scenes are very graphic, you know. So, you know, I remember, you know, Erica was like, David, yeah, we got to talk about them sex scenes in that fucking show. I'm like, what? She's like, Creed Cousin. I'm like, what, the second episode? She's like, yes, the second one just got released, and it's too damn graphic. I'm like, it's like, like, goddamn. The first episode with them sex scenes with Regina Carter was like really graphic. Then like it's extra damn graphic in the in the second episode. Then you fuck that little Disney star girl. Like that was really graphic. I mean, like super. I mean, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. She's like, like goddamn. I'm like, look, I mean, yo, look, I gotta give my fans what they love. They love my sex scenes. That's what they know me for. She's like, David, I can do without them sex scenes because I'm your girl, and I damn sure don't want to see you fucking the shit out these girls. So I'm like, oh, you don't like me beating that pussy up? That's what it is. She's like, no, I definitely don't like seeing you beat that pussy up. So I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, we ended up having sex again, cutting up. But I couldn't take out Erica because I had to go back and get my wife tnerra because it's our anniversary. So I go in there. I'm like, tnerra, baby. She's like, yes, I'm in the bathroom getting the babies ready, honey. I can use some help. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, I'm not alone in this, David. Like, damn, you rushing me, but I'm one person. I'm like, all right, baby, I can help you. She's like, come on. Like, I can use some help. It's four of these fucking babies. They're twins. And I cannot get dressed. I can't get dressed and then, like, get all four of these damn babies dressed at the same time. Like, I need help, honey. I'm like, all right, I'll help you out. So I helped her out. She was like, I mean, they are your fucking daughters. That's the least you can do. So I'm like, all right. So I'm helping them. I'm helping her out, getting the daughters ready. We're getting my daughters ready. Well, our daughters. And then yeah, she got dressed and stuff like that. And she's like, David, where are you taking me? So I'm like, you blindfolded? She's like, yes, David, where are you taking me? So I take her to the bed. I'm like, look, it could be easy for us to just go out, to dinner and do the typical shit that we normally do on an anniversary. I think that would be kind of boring. She's like, yeah, it kind of would. I'm like, she's like, and plus I don't want to deal with your stupid, creepy ass fans. So I'm like, yeah, I get that. You don't gotta be that damn, like I get it. She's like, so where are you taking me? Are we there? I'm like, we're about to be there. So I just remember we get out the car. It's like, David, wait, the babies. So I'm getting the baby, getting the baby. I'm getting the babies because she's like blindfolded. I had to put them in the stroller and stuff. I got this thing that you can cover them with, where as though like people won't be all up in their faces. They can't even see our babies, so they can't see our babies. They newborn babies, and they good. Like they're not babies where you gotta change their pampers every hour. Like you can change, like you change our baby pampers like every like 2 times a day because like yeah they shit and stuff, but babies that shit all damn day, that's not a good sign. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we good on that. So I put this thing over top of them. She didn't know what I put over top of like the strollers. So and they all connected together. All four of the strollers are connected together because they twins. So yeah. So anyway, I had to roll the stroller while I'm holding tnerra's hand, and she's like, Dave, where the fuck are we? So I'm like, don't worry, we already in there. She's like, okay, I can see. She's like, I can tell we like in the building. So I take the blindfold off. She's like, David, is this a game center? I'm like, yeah. She's like, what are we doing here? I'm like, we're going to have our own video game. We're going to have a video game about our love life. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. It's like, that's why you was asking me about video games? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, this is so romantic. The best anniversary gift ever. I'm like, you like this gift? I thought you would like it, baby. She's like, I love it. I'm like, okay. It's like, so are we going to start working on it tonight? I'm like, yeah, that's why I brought you here. It's like, oh my God, this is the best anniversary gift yet. Can I post this? Like to my Instagram and stuff. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, girl. You famous anyway. It's like, I ain't as famous as you. Like, you real famous. And you cute too. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she posted to her Instagram stories and then she also posted it on my website. Because my wife, tnerra, she has a profile, page. She has a profile on my website, separately. But she mainly gets on my profile and stuff like that when she goes live and all this stuff. But anyway, So yeah, she was very happy about the anniversary gift. I'm like, where the hell is my damn anniversary gift? She's like, David, you get a lot of your anniversary gift. Like, what do I need to give you? You're a trillionaire. You got all the damn money in the damn world. I don't know what to get you, baby, but more babies, which you clearly already did. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, okay. She's like, no, David, I'll figure out something. I promise. So I'm like, don't worry about it. So she's like, no, because you actually making me feel bad. Because you did this romantic shit and it is definitely turning me on. And I mean, like, this is so romantic and now I feel bad. Like, you making me feel really bad, David. And oh my God, I feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm like, no, tnerra is cool. Don't worry about it. She's like, you making me feel really bad and cheap as shit too. So I'm like, baby, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So they're like, David, sir. Oh, this is your wife tnerra. We heard a lot about you. These are the newborns. tnerra like, oh, that is so cute, David. How you got that thing over top of the strollers? Oh, I like that. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's our babies. So they're like, okay, do you want your babies in the game? We can put little tablets on them. I'm like, I got my own tablets to put on our babies, but yes, we can put them into the story in the game, in the video game. It was like we can start off by making your wife pregnant before she actually has the babies, you know? So we can do that, like start the story off that way before the babies actually arrive. And it's four of them, right? Because I'm looking at the strollers and I'm seeing four strollers connected to each other. I'm like, yeah, she's like, so they're like, okay, so they crew triplets. I'm like, they yeah, something like that. So they was like, okay, so we got to get to work, David. This is a big challenge. We was all running ideas of how we was going to get this video game out there. David, we are so excited to be working with you and your wife and your daughters and stuff. We're so excited. This is going to be a game that's going to break the internet. I promise you. So we start working on the game. Now, we had to get into the little suits and stuff to start working on the video game. And we had to do our voices and monologues, and they had to get our real face into the game. So, like, my real face was in the video game. And I just remember, like, my wife, tnerra, her real face was also in the video game. You know what I'm saying? So when tnerra was, like, looking back at herself, she's like, David, this looks so fucking cool. Like, look at ourselves. That's us. That's us in a video game. I'm like, yeah, that's us. She's like, oh my God, look at our babies. Look at them. That's them. Oh God, that is so creepy. I'm like, how's that creepy? She's like, because they, I mean, it like really looked like them. Oh my God. So I'm like, yeah. She's like, and that was like, they was like, tnerra, you ready to see yourself pregnant? So she's like, yeah, let me see. So then she was like, oh, that's me. Oh my God, look at that shit. That is so cool. I'm like, you like that? I was like, yes. Oh my God. So she was like, we're gonna be in an actual video game. This is gonna be so cool. So she's like, so, oh my God, that's my voice talking. That's me. I'm like, yeah, that's you, tnerra. So she's like, that's you talking too. I'm like, yeah, it's like, and the fucking baby's crying. So I'm like, yeah, she's like, oh my God, wow, this is blowing my fucking mind right now. Oh my God, I cannot believe we're gonna be in a video game. I'm like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, you are definitely getting some tonight. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a whole lot. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, yes, you are. You definitely deserve it. Yes, you outdid yourself, baby. I am having so much fun. So I'm like, okay, so what is the storyline of the video game? Because I know every video game has to have a storyline. So they're like, well, your husband came in with a storyline. So we're just going off your husband's storyline. And it's definitely a really good love story. And it tells from the moment that y'all, knew that y'all was supposed to be together and everything, how you realized that it was the right thing to do to be with David, even though y'all, related and stuff. So she like, okay. I mean, because yes, I do know that like games have to have storylines. So this game is following our actual love story. So he was like, yes, correct. It is actually following your correct love story. Like it's not a made up love story. This is the story that your husband came in with. So she was like, okay, this is fucking amazing. This is great. Like I love this shit. And so she was like, what the fuck? So okay, so what do we do now? So they was like, okay, we're gonna be working on a few. Like that was just like two of the scenes that we are working on for the video game, but we got to do more scenes, like scenes when you're in the house together, and we can make that creation with the video game. We don't have to be in your house exactly for us to create it. We can create a house and all that stuff. We can do all that with the computer and all that stuff like that and the coding, so you don't have to worry about that. We can do all that stuff here. So, we got to do the monologue with y'all being in the house, talking, actually making love. It's like, yeah, with that, with us making love, do we actually got to make the moaning sounds? So they was like, it would be in the best interest to make the game more realistic, to make the moaning sounds, and David makes the moaning sounds as well as y'all having sex. So she was like, oh, okay, so it's gonna be graphic. So they was like, yeah, it's gonna be very graphic. So she's like, okay. So yeah, we did all that. tnerra was with it. She was a very good team player. tnerra was with it. She was good. She was doing actually what she was supposed to do, and I was doing what I was supposed to do, and tnerra was having really, like, she was having a lot of fun. And it was mostly like, it was a lot of girls that was working with this shit, and they were some pretty girls, and they kept, like, coming over and asking me, do I need stuff? And tnerra was noticing that this one particular pretty girl that works at the company, she kept asking me, do I need stuff? And tnerra just kept noticing that she kept coming over to me, and she's like, excuse me, that's like your 10th time asking my husband, do he need anything? He said he's good. Like, he said, like, he don't need nothing. Why do you keep asking him? So she's like, I was just making sure, that he was, like, comfortable. She was like, but you ain't never come over to me and ask me, do I need anything? So she was like, she's like, and now I'm like, I'm pregnant again. I should be the one, you should be asking me, do I need something? She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, why would I ask you? So she was like, because I'm a fucking guest too. So she's like, oh, do you need anything? She's like, no, and especially not from you. And can you please stop asking my husband, dude, he needs something. He's good. He said he's fine. So she's like, okay, I'm sorry. I just thought that, just trying to make him feel comfortable. So she's like, yeah, and you trying to make him feel a little bit too damn comfortable. He said he's fine. So she's like, okay, right, okay, you got, bite my head off, girl. So I remember, tnerra was just looking at me, and we had to take a little break. We, go into the bathroom with the babies. I'm like, you okay, honey? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want that girl. She's like, I know you don't want that girl. I'm like, come here. You mad at me? She's like, I'm not mad at you, baby. I'm not. I'm having fun. I'm like, you are? Come here. She's like, I just, I'm like, come here. You, my girl, this is all for you, for us. I want people to know about our love story, okay? It's like, I know, baby, and I'm happy that we're doing this. I'm like, you are? It's like, yes, of course. So I remember we did have sex in the bathroom, which was good, by the way. And funny thing was, we forgot we had the suits on as we were having sex or whatever. And they actually got that, they actually got us having sex in the bathroom, and we forgot we had the suits on. So when we came out, they was like, David, we wasn't spying on you and your wife, but y'all still had them suits on, and we actually caught y'all having sex in the bathroom. Can we use it for the video game? So tnerra was like, no, you can't fucking use it for the video game. So it was like, this would be perfect. Like, look, this, I mean, I know you probably feel a little weirded out by it, but we wasn't spying, but why don't y'all take a look at what we got? So tnerra was like, that dude look kind of good. I mean, it looks pretty good. Do you want them to use it for the video game, David? So I'm like, well, do you want them to use it? She's like, David, we're not going to go back and forth. Like, do you want them to use it or not, baby? I'm like, yeah, you use it for the video game. So she's like, well, what my husband said, sure, yes. So they was like, so we can use it. I'm like, yes, but next time tell us that we got them damn suits on. Cause I forgot I even had this shit on. I ain't even know. So she was like, I forgot I had this shit on too. So she was like, so we good for the day, or it's nighttime. So it's like, yeah, that's all we need for right now. She was like, all right, good. So we get in the car, we put our clothes back on, we get in the car, and Tanira was like, David, I had so much fun, and it was very romantic. But that one bitch was getting on my nerves. She kept on coming over to you, asking you, do you need anything? And it's like, bitch, if you couldn't be any more fucking thirstier, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you do see me standing the fuck here. That's what I be saying. Like, these bitches be bold as shit. It's like, yo, you really trying it. Like, you know that I'm his wife. You see what I'm saying? And you coming over there flirting and all this shit. Like, like you couldn't be even more thirstier. Like, bitch, he doesn't fucking want you. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not in that bracket, bitch. And it's like, girl, he said he was good. Like, every time she asked you, did you need anything? You was just like, no, I don't need nothing. I'm good. It's like, bitch, how many times you gonna come over there and ask my husband that? He said he don't want nothing. So I'm like, yeah, Tanera, that's just how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you're stupid. I'm like, no, but I wasn't really looking at her like that. She's like, I know you wasn't. But it's like she was definitely on your dick and it was obvious as shit. And then it's like, when I asked her about it, she gonna say, well, we gotta make the guest feel comfortable. Bitch, I'm a guest too. You ain't asked me, do I need shit? She not once did that bitch come over to me and ask me anything. So I'm like, okay. She's like, this bitch was really thirsty and obviously about to get smacked upside her fucking head. So I'm like, okay. So that bitch was being bold. She was being bold as shit. That's what I'm talking about. These bitches be being really out there. Like, they don't be giving a shit. So I'm like, yeah, but you know the world we're living in right now. It's like, David, mm, yeah, that bitch was definitely pissing me off. So I just remember, I'm like, do you want to get something to eat? You hungry? It's like, yes, but you definitely do know we're going to be having sex when we get home, right? I'm like, yeah, it's like, you deserve it. You're going to get all this loving. I'm like, oh, yeah. She's like, yes, you are. So I get my wife Tanera something to eat. We come back home. And yes, we did make love. Like she said, we made a whole lot of love, which was really good, by the way. Now, if y'all don't know, Jenna Ortega, she has been filming and working on the second season of Wednesday, but then she's in a TV series on Netflix as well, another one, and it's called Beetlejuice, the series. So she's in that too. So she got her work cut out for her, even though she's pregnant again. So she's working a lot. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely working a lot. But I do see my wife like around midnight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she works a lot, and I work a lot. So it's kind of like our schedules is pretty hard. But right now, I gotta say that I do see her. I definitely see my wife probably like every night. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So after we was done having a lot of sex, me and Tanera, she was just like looking up at me. She's like, David, this was the best night of my life. I'm like, it was. She's like, and the dick too. That was good. That was like amazing too. I'm like, oh, well, it's like, yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. And you was beating it up a lot worse than you normally do. You must be real horny. I'm like, yeah, I get horny. She's like, yeah, you haven't ate around me in a while. Why don't you eat around me? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, everybody say that. She's like, you need to start eating, David. I'm like, I do eat. So she's like, yeah, but you don't eat around me and I'm your wife. Like, you don't want to eat around your wife? I'm like, I do want to eat around my wife. She's like, so why don't you eat around me? So I was like, because I damn sure eat around you. I'm like, yeah, you do eat around me. She's like, so why don't you eat? I mean, the only thing I see you do around me, I see you drink. You do drink like juice and stuff a lot. I see you drink a lot, like a lot of water and stuff like that. But I never actually saw you eat a fucking meal. I'm like, some eat a meal. It's like, no, like not in front of me. I'm like, I mean, but I do eat though. It's like, yeah, I know you eat. Obviously, you fucking eat, but you never ate around me. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, and another damn thing. Nothing. I was gonna say something about that second episode, Creed cousin, but I know that you gotta do those sex scenes or whatever. And I'm not even gonna ask you was them bitches real sex scenes, cause they probably really fucking was. I'm like, they was real sex scenes. I mean, it's like I don't even want to know, David. I'm like, you mad? It's like, I mean, yeah, a little bit I am. I'm like, she's like, but I mean, I know that you working and it's a job and everything, but it's like that shit was too like graphic. It was extra fucking graphic. I'm like, okay. So I just remember after me and Tanera had sex, I get in the car, and that girl Scarlett she was hitting my phone a lot, and so I had called her because we had each other numbers, but she never really called me until now, until today. So no, she called me though. She never really called me, or not that she didn't like me. She was kind of in a relationship. So she called me and she's like, David, I just broke up with my boyfriend. I'm like, who is this? She's like, it's Scarlett. You know the girl that's in the TV series with you? One of your girlfriends in the show? I'm like, oh. She's like, can you come and see me? I need to talk to you. So I'm like, okay. So I go see the girl Scarlett. I'm like, what's going on, button girl? It's like, I haven't played on that Disney show for a long time. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I know. So what's up? So she was like, so I just broke up with my boyfriend like a couple hours ago. I'm like, so what happened? She's like, well, he was really pissed off about the second episode. Because the first episode of Creed Cousin, we didn't have sex. So he was kind of cool with that. So the second episode, he sees us having this intense sex scene. And he obviously knows it's a real sex scene. And I can't tell him that it's not. Like, I can't lie to him and say that it's a fake sex scene because he knows my body and he knows that that was my body. So it's like, he knows that. So he's just like really pissed off about that. And so he's telling me, he's like asking me, like, you